This is my face and my video on BBC, but not for the reasons I ever wanted, but for the reasons I never expected.
Monica.
You see, today I was sitting here on my desk working when I received a notification from a follower on Instagram telling me that they had seen my face in a BBC documentary. Moments later, I received another text from a friend and another one from a stranger too. So I did what anyone else would do. I pulled up my phone, opened YouTube and landed on this BBC Africa documentary about a Ugandan lady who tragically passed away in Dubai. Now, I know you're asking yourself, how am I connected to this? That is exactly the same thing that I did ask myself. As I continued to watch this documentary, I noticed my face appear somewhere in the video. And as per the documentary, it looked like I was selling the Dubai dream.
There are adverts running everywhere.
I moved here and this country changed my life.
They make it look like every Uganda should be in Dubai.
You see, I wasn't gonna make this video, but the moment I started receiving messages from people I know and even those that I don't know, I was like, what the hell is happening? And the moment I saw my face in this documentary, my brain went crazy. While I do appreciate investigative journalism and justice being served to the young lady, and also noting that I'm a big fan of the work they do at BBC, I would have appreciated it even more if BBC had reached out before using my face and video in this documentary. But not even at any point did anyone from their team reach out to ask about my content.
They make it look like every Uganda should be in Dubai.
Instead, my video was just pulled off my social media and used in a documentary that I have no connection or idea about. So, my Dubai videos have nothing to do with them being paid adverts to market Dubai. In fact, that video that you saw BBC use in that 1 hour long documentary was not a paid advert as it was framed in the video, but rather it was about my personal story meant to inspire people with the same background as mine. The reality is, Dubai did change my life, and I'm sure there are hundreds of thousands of people from Uganda, from Kenya, from Pakistan, even the UK, who went from zero to greatness in this city. But you will never see that on social media or on these big news outlets. My videos about Dubai and the UAE are about giving back to a city and a country that has given us so much, and I think we should appreciate when someone or something does change our lives. My platform is about inspiring people to go out, chase and achieve their dreams, and also to make people understand that it is possible to chase your dream and attain it, even if you came from a small town or village in India, Uganda, or even the Philippines. That will always be my word and the ground that I'll always stand on here on social media. You called me, like you literally called me. You were like, bro, you know, I've seen your I've seen your face in the BBC documentary, and a lot of people told you about that. And I think it also did put me at a platform where I have to come out and clarify and tell the world what I stand for. Me as a person, as Rashid. So,
right,
Derek, what are your thoughts if it was you as a person in such a documentary of this nature? What would your thoughts be?
First of all, thank you for having me. I saw the documentary and I have my personal opinions about it, how I felt about it, and my queries about it because I knew the story. I visited Dubai, that to be like 2-3 years ago, on part of how they highlighted, they used your clip. I know and I've watched your content for a long time and we are very close. And I know that is not something that we stand for, that I stand for, that you stand for. You know that countries have a lot that's happening. I think you being used in that part where you appeared, especially the first comments you had ladies where I said that influencers, something like that. There was something like where influencers are used to like.
The lady said it this way. She said that there are adverts running everywhere in Dubai. You know, they are trying to make it look like every Ugandan should be in Dubai. You know,
yes.
So that is what really got me concerned personally, because first of all, the video that was actually a reference. Well, I do make ads in Dubai, but these are like for businesses, people promoting people's businesses. So for me, what really concerned me was that the way my video appeared in, I mean, it was the reference video to show what they're talking about, and as a creative you can really understand. So that is not the kind of thing that I wanted to happen to my video, because first of all, my video, you know, it was about a personal story. I did this video to inspire someone who is out there in a small town, let's say in Western Uganda or in the Philippines or in a small European village, to tell them that you can move to a new country, not necessarily Dubai, you can move to a new country and basically chase your dream. And that video, I can tell you, it got viral on the internet. It has like 5 million views, and it inspired a lot of people. Here on this platform, on YouTube alone, that video has over 2 million views. You know, that shows you how far it went. It wasn't paid. Nobody paid me money to do that video. It was just a video that I thought would inspire a lot of people, to tell them that they can move to a new country and basically achieve my dreams. It doesn't have to be Dubai, but it can be Dubai at the same time. And for me, it can be Dubai. And for me, I moved to Dubai, and you know, that really changed my life. So I'm wondering if it was you, and it is you who was in that video. I mean, if it was you who had created that clip, it is not a sponsored video, it is not an ad, and then you saw that video of Derek Senyonyi in a long documentary that is trending all over the internet, saying that, you know, this video, they are making it, you know, I feel like every Ugandan should be in this place, and it's your video that is used as a reference. How would you go about that?
First of all, I consulted about this. I wasn't sure before I called you. I was like, can we sue BBC? I was like, let's sue BBC. And I called some friends there. I'm like, hey, you guys, can like Rashid sue these guys? And I'm like, because I understand other content that was used in that. There was content that was relevant to what they were talking about. You understand? But the only part that changed their story is that part when they are trying to show that they're using people to sell you the dream. You've seen what happens when we tell stories about Rwanda. The government is using you, but you genuinely telling your own experience.
Own experience.
You're genuinely all-heartedly like happy, like it changed your life, bro.
It did change my life. You know, for me, when I moved to Dubai, I didn't have
it would be unfair for people not to get to know that story, that, oh, it did actually change his life. So I think that they told a powerful story. I think that it needs to be told more, but I also think that it lacked some crucial parts, especially the Gulf parts. And I also think that I would have responded to them. I would have made a video addressing them right away, that guys used my content and this is not what I stand for. I made the video just to show my experience, but the video was genuinely, purposely telling my own story, not anyone's story. We all have different stories. We see the world in our way that with our eyes. That means the world is different for everyone. We all see the world differently. So I would have even sued them. I'm entering into the suing thing.
I mean, I would have as well, but I don't have the money to sue them. I don't have all the resources to personally go into that route. But at the same time, I think, you know, the most powerful thing that I have is my social media, is, you know, the voice that I've gotten on social media. I've built a community of, you know, over 300,000 people on TikTok, on YouTube, and everywhere, on Instagram. So these people, they do listen to me. And I think, you know, that is the most powerful asset that I have. It's not the courts, it's not what, but I think, first of all, you know, I want to appreciate the work they did. I think they do a great job. I'm a fan of what they do, to be honest. I don't want to say that I'm not, but at the same time, I think, you know, this should be a reminder to them to be very crucial, especially when producing content. I'm a content creator. The reason why I don't even think about the route of, let's say, sewing or this and this is because I'm personally a content creator, you know. But I do make mistakes as a person, as a content creator, and I think I always learn from that mistakes. And they are also content creators, even though BBC is a huge arm. It's, you know, there are 500 people and I'm one person, but they're still content creators. They're making content and we're both putting it on the same platform. So I think, you know, I was a little bit upset with the way my video appeared in that documentary, because first of all, there wasn't any consent. No one reached out to me that, hey, we're making a documentary. Usually people, when they want to use my footage, they reach out. Hey, we saw your video. You know, we'd love to use your content, which is, it's okay. It is okay to use my content even without my permission. But what is not okay is misrepresenting what my content stands for. I'm okay with anybody using it. Exactly. Yeah. So I think there was a little bit of misinformation. That is okay. That is past. That is gone. But I wanted us to talk a little bit about Dubai itself. You know, I watched the documentary, and I'll be as honest as possible. I live in Dubai. Dubai did change my life. If not hundreds of thousands of people like me, in Dubai, people who came from the developing world, and this city has changed their lives too. I've met people who tell you that I came from India, I came from, from the Philippines, I came from Kenya with a suitcase. Now I have a car here. He's driving a $600,000 car. He's living in a penthouse in a mansion. So Dubai gives you two realities. That's the beautiful thing about living in Dubai. I'll be honest. If you come here, you stay true to your goals. I personally, I'm a living example. I'm not the most successful person out there, but Derek, you know my story. You know how I moved to Dubai, and you know what I've been able to achieve for myself. So when we see documentaries that pull down cities, entire cities, without consideration of the other half, I think it's also factually disturbing for people, exactly for people like us who have built lives in Dubai genuinely, who have hustled in the city. You can wake up, you can go to New York, and still, if you do not have the New York mentality of hustling and working and going to the top, you can never make it out to the top. But if someone does not have the Dubai mentality of grinding and making connections and being true to yourself, abiding by the law, doing what's right, you can never make it in this city. I've seen countless people, and I believe Derek, a lot of people who came to Dubai, a lot of our brothers, many people there right now, they are saying, Gulf countries, this and this, they are bad, or they are worse, blah blah blah. They're saying every single bad thing about Gulf countries, but in reality, these Gulf countries have changed the lives of many of our brothers and sisters. We know people who came to Gulf countries, they have cars in Uganda, they have homes, beautiful homes. I think that is a core issue that has also been ignored, not just in this documentary, but in a lot of documentaries that we see back home. What's your take on that?
Well, first of all, I also paid attention to how a storyteller, that means I know how to really, really bring out a story in a way that I can either be conclusive or draw a narrative or wish what the audience should think and feel, and the way I want them. Usually when we are telling stories and planning into the backside, that we plan on that and think about that. So I understand that there was a need for this story, especially into sexual trafficking. There was a need for this to be talked about. I feel like you need to expand more, maybe to go into episodes and to broaden and all that. And also look into the other side where like the countries are really changing lives, where the countries are really bringing in people, not to look on this side, because this is the side that we often don't see. So I think the countries have really, really changed a lot of people's lives.
Got it. Okay, exactly. So,
Right.
as we wrap it up, I wanted to know your final take about Gulf countries, because I think, Gulf countries, they're full of opportunities if you know how to hunt these opportunities. And also I did a little bit of due diligence, and I went and, checked, did research. I personally think the problem is not with the Gulf countries. The problem is not with Dubai. I'm not saying this because I live in Dubai, because somebody paid me. No one is paying me to say this. I think, we as Ugandans, we as expats, we as outsiders who come into this country, we have to shed light into ourselves. I think we have the bigger problem. I will not say that you have the bigger problem, or she has the bigger problem, or someone has the bigger problem. It's about all of us. All of us, we have the bigger problem. Based off that documentary, I think the problem, we cannot blame Dubai. I think based off that documentary, Dubai shouldn't be blamed.
Based off the documentary,
Dubai shouldn't be. I think it's an issue with people themselves, within the community themselves, that created that problem. But it's not a problem with the country, at all, if you look at it. Because these things were done by Ugandans on Ugandans from Uganda. So there is no way we should blame a country and we say that Gulf countries are like this, are like this, are like this. These are problems that are not even related to the Gulf countries. These are problems that are created by Ugandans on Ugandans and in general. So exactly.
What has been happening with the Nigerian passport and all that. So this is going everywhere. This is coming back to our country. This is coming back to our people. This is coming back to our sisters and brothers and men and women into these countries that are working and living, especially even expats. Someone has noted here that there are opportunities everywhere as long as you know how to find them. So
100%.
Opportunities are endless in Dubai. Opportunities are endless in America and all that. But there are people that have
Find them
lost it.
you can even find them in Uganda. I mean, we've seen people who came from nothing to becoming, billionaires in Uganda. They never even worked in the
Right.
UK or in Dubai or in the US.
Right.
I think it's about somebody being adaptable to the systems, do what's right, in the right place. People adapting to doing what's right in the right place at the right time. And I think that is what I believe our own people have failed to do. And I think that is what our own people have failed to really, really, really look at. And they end up, throwing it back to countries. They say like, oh, Gulf countries are like this, oh, Gulf countries are like this. But in reality, some, I will not say that Gulf countries are 100% perfect. No country is 100% perfect. Even America is not 100% perfect. It has its own flaws. Even the UK, even Uganda. But
Right.
for me, I just disagree with the idea of throwing everything onto the country and make it look bad. These countries have given us opportunities. These countries have given, our sisters opportunities, countless opportunities. They have welcomed us with open arms. It is so goddamn easy. It is so easy to get a visa to Gulf countries as a Ugandan passport holder. Try applying to Europe and you see if they will want you to go there. Try. Right? Try. But Gulf countries, it is easy. Within one click, before when I came here in 2018, within one click, you get an e-visa out. Within one click, you get a labor card. Within one click, you get a work permit to work. These are opportunities that have been provided, even in our own African countries, there are certain African countries to go there. It is, I've traveled around Africa, but there are some African countries that I will not mention, but even getting a visa, like getting a visa to these African countries, it's a tug of war. It's like a tug of war. It's impossible almost for me to go there. What am I trying to say by this is that, Gulf countries have welcomed us even more than our fellow African countries. There are some African countries where you need to go to an embassy, to get a visa to visit that country.
I tried to go to Egypt
100%.
3 months.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention. I didn't want to mention the name.
They told me I need I can mention Egypt because it's true I wanted to go there. And
Exactly.
they told me that I needed the Interpol letter. I needed, they got me a lot of lists that things couldn't even be easy. And I was like, wait, I'm going to visit. And I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm out. But yeah,
Exactly. But in Dubai, even right now they're still welcoming us. They're still giving us opportunities. So the problem is not with the countries. The problem is with us. That is what I personally think. And for me, I also think most of the times, if you are good-hearted, good-mannered, people will always treat you based off your manners, based off how you present yourself to them, based off what you give them. People always treat us based off what we do give to them.
Well, man, it's been a pleasure to
It's been a
join you.
pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
I hope,
Thank you so much
uh,
for joining us.
Thank you for the good work you're doing that side, and keep inspiring Ugandans, keep sharing the amazing work, keep teaching them, keep creating the courses, and I'm excited to see what you're going to do in the future, what you're going to share. And yeah, I hope many Ugandans, even people around the world, they learn a lot from you and what you do and what you share. I'm humbled that we share this life. We call each other friends, and man, take good care, bro.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us, Derek, and thank you for sharing your insights. We will catch up hopefully in many more episodes just to talk about things to come. But for now, take care and have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody who watched this video with Derek. It has been really, really, really great to talk about this issue, talk about my video's presence in this documentary, and also get to share my personal insights as a Ugandan living in Dubai. So thank you everybody, and we'll catch up in another video.